Hey guys, and welcome to today's tutorial on another one of my favorite page styles. Okay, so let's just start with the tutorial for today. And the first step we always need to do for any of those page styles is to cut and score our cardstock as well as our pattern papers. And for the measurements, you can refer to the cutting guides and templates which are available in my Etsy store for different album sizes. And when I cut my cardstock and pattern paper, I always like to label all the elements I have cut. So this is just an example on how to use your cutting guides for cutting and scoring your cardstock and pattern papers. And then after scoring, you can go ahead and do the next step. But then for cardstock elements A, I would actually recommend you to use the template which also comes with the cutting guides, because by using the template it's very easy to prepare those cardstock elements A to look like text. You can then simply go ahead and get your scissors to cut the corners, and then a hole puncher. I actually like using my crocodile to punch the holes. Now, what I always like to do when making text is I like to get a piece of like pattern paper, so a scrap piece, and then I get some of my wider tape and I just place it on the back side of the pattern papers, and then you can turn it around and use your hole punching tool. So I use my crocodile tool again, and you punch holes just along the side where you placed your tape on the back. And then I get another like circle punch tool, and this is a circle in 1/2 inch, and I just use it to punch out those circles around the holes. And because of the tape we have used before, these circles are already self-adhesive, so you can just remove the tape backing and then you can stick them down. Now that our cardstock elements A are prepared, we can continue by adding them to the pattern paper for the basic page. So you don't want the pattern paper for the basic page to be attached to the basic page yet. So first I just lay down my cardstock element A in the position where I want it to be placed, and then I use my pencil to actually mark the hole. And then you would need any like hole punching tool or eyelet setting tool. So I'm using the big bite here to punch the hole just where I've marked it. And then I just get a regular eyelet and I place this eyelet in those cardstock elements A and also into the pattern paper for the basic page. And then I get my eyelet setting tool again to actually set the eyelet in place, and that's how I attach cardstock elements A to the pattern paper for the basic page. And then after attaching those cardstock elements A onto the pattern paper for the basic page, you can continue by also adding pattern paper A onto cardstock element A as well. And for attaching pattern paper onto cardstock, I always prefer using wet glue instead of tape, because when using wet glue, you're still able to move around your pattern paper and find the right position so that you have an even border around it. And after attaching eyelets, I always like to make sure that I cover up the back side, so the back of the eyelet, because this can be very sharp and I just don't want this to like rip on my basic page. So I get a piece of tape and I just cover the back of the eyelet with my tape. And then for attaching the pattern paper for the basic page onto the basic page, I again use my wet glue instead of tape. So that's already it for today's page style, which is my favorite page style, number 47. And it's very simple, so it's easy to make, but still very interactive. So I really like including this in my albums. So yeah, I really hope that you enjoyed today's tutorial. And if you did so, I would love to get your feedback in the comment box down below. And of course, it would also mean a lot to me if you could give this video a like, a thumbs up, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. So I hope that you are having a great day, and I would love to see you in my next video.